Have you ever let a small spark, just a look, a comment, or a tiny inconvenience, ignite a wildfire inside you? Deep down, you know you shouldn't react that way. Yet before you realize it, you're caught in a storm of anger, frustration, and regret. Again. So tell me, how much longer will you let your emotions run the show while you sit on the sidelines of your own life? In this video, I'm going to show you how to master your emotions and take back control of your life. No magic tricks, no cheesy motivational quotes. We're diving into ancient, battle-tested Stoic principles, the kind used to stay calm in chaos. These aren't vague philosophies, they're practical tools that can completely shift how you react to the world around you. Just imagine living in a way where nothing and no one can steal your inner peace. Sounds impossible? Let me assure you, it's not. Today, you'll discover 12 powerful secrets to remain calm in even the tensest situations. Apply them, and the things that once triggered your anger will begin to lose their grip on you. Are you ready to stop reacting and start living with calm and clarity? Then let's begin. Let me start with a story. A friend of mine, let's call him Mario, had what I'd call an instant explosion button. You never knew when he'd blow up. Sometimes it was over someone cutting in line. Other times, a sarcastic comment from his boss. Strangely, the same trigger could either make him furious or mean nothing at all. His emotions were like a dormant volcano, quiet one day, erupting the next. I remember meeting him after work one day. He was fuming. Apparently, a coworker had said, "Well, we all know Mario always has his unique ideas." Most people in the room chuckled. No big deal, but to Mario, it was a spark that set him on fire. He felt humiliated, like his intelligence was mocked publicly. As he retold it to me, he was sweating, stumbling over his words, fists clenched in anger. And then came the usual aftermath. Guilt. "I can't keep living like this," he said. "I feel like a slave to my own anger." After another emotional outburst, he called me and asked, "Why can't I be like you? You always seem so calm." I listened. And when he was done, I told him about someone, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor. Marcus Aurelius had every reason to lose his temper ruling an empire dealing with chaos, betrayal, and pressure from every direction. Yet, every single day, he chose to remain calm. He wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people whom fate brings to you, but do so with all your heart." Just imagine leading a massive empire and still having the emotional clarity to remain centered. That's not weakness, that's strength. Marcus understood that anger adds nothing but more pain. That's how he lived, and that's the example he left for us. Now let's bring it to real life. You're in line at the grocery store after a long day. All you want is to pay and go home. But the person ahead of you has 20 items, and one of them, no price tag. A manager is called. Minutes pass. You feel tension rising. Your jaw tightens. Your breath shortens. You could sigh loudly, check your watch, even make a sarcastic comment. But what would it solve? Nothing. Except making your mood worse. Now imagine another choice. You pull out your phone, reply to that long overdue message. Or just think of a memory that makes you smile. Time passes the same, but you've chosen peace. So how do you learn to flow with life? 1. Learn from every hit. Ask, what can I learn here? What can I do to adapt? 2. Improvise like a musician. Plans changed? Don't panic, adjust. Rain on your picnic. Find a cozy cafe, sip coffee, enjoy the sound of raindrops. Flowing doesn't mean giving up, it means choosing peace over frustration, and that peace, it's priceless. Put down the key pointing finger. Now imagine this, you're walking through life holding a giant foam finger like the ones at sports games, but instead of cheering, you're pointing at everyone. That driver's awful. This co-worker is a mess. Why is this line so long? The more you point, the heavier it gets, because each complaint, each judgment adds emotional weight. Seneca said, it's not events that disturb people, but their judgments about them. That's the key. It's not what happens, it's how you choose to interpret it. We all know someone who's always late. Easy to judge them, right? But what if one day you find out they're juggling a sick parent, a chaotic morning, and barely managing to hold it together? Suddenly judgment softens, so what can you do? Pause, ask, what don't I know about this person? Find one good thing about them. Replace criticism with curiosity. Because every time you do that, you let go of anger. You choose compassion. Putting down the finger doesn't just change your emotions, it gives you back your time, your clarity, your life, and that is the key to emotional mastery. Previously, we spoke about putting down the pointing finger, choosing peace over judgment. But what about when others attack you? When their words cut deep or their expressions show contempt? How do you avoid letting that anger take control? Think of the last time someone lashed out at you for no reason. Maybe it was a sarcastic remark, a cold stare, a critique you didn't ask for. And the worst part, you felt it grow. A small sting at first, then full-blown anger. You couldn't stop thinking, why did they say that? What did I do wrong? It's like they pressed a hidden button that unleashed all your frustration. But what if it wasn't really about you? Picture this. You share your fitness milestone at a family dinner. You're proud, you worked hard, but instead of a well done, your dad says, lifting weights isn't that hard. Anyone can do it. Then adds, with how much you're eating, do you really think you'll keep it up? You bite your tongue, but the anger follows you home. You snap at your partner, your child, even yourself. Now pause. What if your dad wasn't criticizing you, but reflecting his own insecurities? Maybe he feels inadequate. Maybe he sees in you what he never achieved. Maybe he doesn't know how to say, I'm proud. A study from the University of California confirms this. People who are aggressive often project their own internal conflicts onto others. They're not at peace, so they try to bring others down to feel better about themselves. That's a sad way to live, isn't it? So what can you do? Pause and ask, what's going on inside them that's making them act this way? 2. Detach from their anger. Imagine they're handing you a bag of garbage. You get to choose whether you carry it. Remind yourself of your worth. Think of 2 things that make you proud. Your discipline, your resilience, your growth, as Marcus Aurelius said. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to love. What others throw at you doesn't define you. It reflects them, not you. Promise yourself this. I will no longer carry other people's emotional garbage, because that is essential to mastering the art of never getting angry. We just uncovered a powerful truth. Sometimes anger isn't caused by what's happening around us. It's born from our own impossible expectations of perfection. Now, let's learn how accepting life's flaws can lead to genuine peace. Did you know that even Salvador Dali, a genius in art, didn't obsess over perfection? If someone celebrated for his brilliance didn't chase flawlessness, why should you? The truth is, perfection is not the goal. It's an illusion. And every time you get angry trying to reach it, you lose your chance to enjoy what truly matters. The Stoics understood this. They didn't seek flawlessness. They learned to accept what they couldn't change. As Epictetus said, don't seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they do, and your life will flow smoothly. They saw life as the potter's clay, naturally imperfect. And their art was to shape it, not resist it. Now imagine this. You're at your favorite coffee shop. You order a latte. But when you open the lid, it's just black. Coffee. Easy to get annoyed, right? Seriously, can't they get anything right? But will anger help? Will it fix your drink or ruin your morning? What if you paused, took a breath and thought, maybe the barista had a rough day. Maybe it's just a small mistake. You take a moment, find a quick solution and move on. After all, a coffee without milk isn't a catastrophe. So how do you release this obsession with perfection? Pause when something goes wrong. Ask, is this really worth my peace? Will I even remember this in a week? Most of the time, it's not worth it. Learn to laugh at small flaws. See them as part of the journey. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Whether learning something new or tackling a challenge, focus on how far you've come, not how far you still have to go. Because here's the truth, nobody's perfect. Not you, not me, not anyone, but accepting that doesn't mean giving up. It means setting yourself free. Like Salvador Dali, you can be a genius. Not in painting, but in the art of not getting angry. After learning to embrace imperfection and master your emotions, it's time to uncover another critical truth. Never act on your first impulse. Because those first few seconds, that's often where everything goes wrong. You're not the only one who's ever snapped in an instant. We all have, but the regret? It always follows close behind. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, understood this perfectly. He once said, the best remedy for anger is delay. Why? Because anger is like fire. If you act while it's burning, you'll only feed the flames. But if you pause just for a moment, the heat fades and clarity returns. Seneca had a strategy. When something upset him, he didn't react immediately. Instead, he reflected. He asked, why does this bother me? Is it really as serious as it seems? That space, that pause, was his secret weapon. Now imagine this. You receive a passive-aggressive message. Wow, I guess you're too busy with your fabulous life to remember me. Anger bubbles up. Your fingers start typing, yeah, I have a life. Got a problem with that? But wait, don't hit send. Try the zoom out technique. Picture yourself from above, like a drone observing the moment. You see yourself holding the phone, breathing heavy, ready to explode, then ask, what's the point of reacting like this? Is it worth it? Next, use the countdown method. Pretend this is a mission. Put the phone down and count backwards slowly. 10, 9, 8, all the way to 1. As if decoding a top secret message. By the time you reach 1, something will shift. You'll see that sometimes the best response is no response at all. Still feel the tension? Try the 5-object focus. Look around and name 5 specific items: a pen, a red pillow, a picture frame, a lamp, a coffee cup. Redirect your brain to neutral ground. These 3 tools, zooming out, counting down, and shifting focus, are simple but powerful. They help you save your energy, avoid unnecessary conflict, and strengthen your emotional muscle, because in the end, the true art of not getting angry starts in that tiny moment when you choose not to react on impulse. After learning not to act on your first impulse, you begin to realize something powerful. Even in the darkest moments, there's always something worth holding on to. Think about diamonds. They don't form under gentle pressure. They require immense heat and force to become something beautiful. Your problems are the same. What seems unbearable now might be the very thing that helps you grow the most. I'm reminded of the film Silver Linings Playbook. If you haven't watched it, you should. Pat and Tiffany are both struggling. Pat, with rebuilding his life after a breakdown, and Tiffany with her own grief. At first, they're both angry, frustrated with the world, themselves, and their past. But in the middle of all that pain, they find something unexpected: connection, purpose, a new beginning. And that, my friend, is where the magic lies. It's not about avoiding problems, but about learning to find something good even in the chaos. As Epictetus said, circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him. Think of a warrior in the middle of battle. It's only when he's tested that his true strength comes out. Obstacles are like the pressure that forms diamonds. They're where you evolve. Now picture this. You've planned your dream vacation. Then, bam, your flight is cancelled due to bad weather. You feel angry, disappointed, the trip is ruined. But what if you asked, is there a silver lining here? Maybe you get an extra night to rest. Maybe you'll double-check your bags. Maybe it's a chance to enjoy a peaceful dinner and fine-tune your plans. In the end, the delay might lead to a better trip. So how do you find that silver lining? Develop a sense of humor. As Victor Kuppers says, a sense of humor is a powerful but underrated virtue. If your flight's cancelled, laugh. Say, great, more time to master suitcase packing. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. It shifts everything. Find two positives in every negative. For example, you're stuck at City Hall. Ask, can I use this time to listen to a podcast? Can I check off another small task while I wait? Flip the script. There's always something good if you're willing to see it. The truth? Every challenge carries a hidden lesson. When you start looking for it, nothing can steal your peace. Because learning to find the silver lining doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It means choosing not to get stuck in negativity, and that's one more step toward mastering the art of never getting angry. Once you learn how to find the silver lining, the next key step is this: lower your expectations to raise your inner peace. Picture this. You've been dreaming all week about that perfect pizza. Melted cheese, your favorite toppings, everything. Just right. You finally order it, full of excitement, ready for the perfect evening. Then, the box arrives, it's cold, it's the wrong flavor, frustration boils up. You think, I waited for this all week, seriously? But pause for a moment and ask, will my anger reheat the pizza? Will it magically fix the toppings? Of course not. The takeaway is simple. Perfection doesn't exist. Not in people, not in plans, not in pizza. And the sooner you let go of unrealistic expectations, the sooner you find peace. So how do you do that? 1. Practice the opposite scenario. When things don't go as planned, imagine a worse outcome. If the pizza arrived cold, ask, what if it hadn't arrived at all? What if I had no food tonight? This mental shift helps you appreciate what you do have, not what's missing. By shrink your zone of expectation. Before entering any situation, set flexible expectations. Instead of thinking, this night has to be perfect, try, I'll enjoy whatever happens. That one thought prepares you to adapt and keeps frustration away before it even shows up. Steve, leave room for surprise. Your friends show up late, and while waiting, you stumble upon a hidden viewpoint. with a breathtaking view, or maybe a fellow hiker gives you a tip that leads to an amazing waterfall. Life has a way of rewarding those who stay open to the unexpected. In the end, the less you expect from others, the more you'll enjoy life, because when you accept what is, you gain something far greater: peace. So ask yourself, do you want to keep chasing clouds you'll never touch, or learn to love the sky exactly as it is? After learning to lower your expectations and embrace peace, there's one habit that can truly transform how you see the world: gratitude, even when things are hard. Take a moment. When was the last time you were thankful for something simple? Not a lottery win or a big raise, I mean the basics. A good meal, a quiet moment, a smile from someone you love. Robert Emmons, a leading expert on gratitude, says, practicing gratitude improves not just your mental health, but your physical health too. Why? Because gratitude shifts your focus. It's like adjusting a camera lens. You stop obsessing over what's blurry or missing and start zooming in on what's already there, already working. I know it's not always easy, but imagine this. You've had a horrible day. You come home, exhausted, digging for your keys, replaying every disaster, the argument with your boss, the unbearable traffic, and yes, you forgot to pick up dinner. But then, your pet runs to greet you with joy. You smile in that small moment. Everything shifts. You could focus on what went wrong, or choose to notice what went right. As Emmons explains, gratitude isn't just a gesture, it's a shift in perspective. And that shift doesn't just calm your mind, it strengthens your body too. Gratitude reduces stress, improves sleep, and even boosts your immune system. All that from simply saying thank you at the right time. So how can you build this habit? Mentally say thank you once a day for your warm cup of coffee, for your pet's joy when you get home. These little thank yous reconnect you with what's good in your life. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every night. They don't need to be big. Maybe it's the sound of rain. Maybe it's a kind message from a friend. Do this for a week. You'll start to see everything differently. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Think of what a privilege it is to be alive and to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring what's bad. It means choosing to focus on what's good. If you can find something to be thankful for, even on your worst days, inner peace will always be within reach. After discovering the power of gratitude, it's time for the final brushstroke, one that completes the masterpiece of emotional mastery. Make calm your superpower. You don't need a cape, laser eyes, or super speed to be a modern hero. You just need one rare and incredible strength: calm. In a world where people explode over traffic, WhatsApp arguments, or a delayed package, being the one who stays composed is nothing short of superhuman. Think about it. Last time someone threw shade at you, maybe a passive-aggressive message like, "Oh wow, you finally decided to reply. What happened?" Your face heated up, your fingers typed a firestorm. Now imagine doing the opposite. You take a breath, you reply calmly, "Sorry for the delay, hope everything's all right." Boom. The fire dies, the moment passes, and you walk away untouched, unbothered, undefeated. How do you train this power? 1 deep breaths. Your superhero ritual. Before you react, pause and take 3 deep, slow breaths. That's your invisible shield. It works. Take a mental step back. Picture yourself stepping out of the situation, seeing it from above. From this angle, drama looks small. Perspective brings peace. Slow down your words. Intense conversations deliberately speak slower. It lowers your emotional intensity and calms the room. The one who is calm and strong holds the true power. Epictetus, calm isn't weakness, it's clarity in the storm. It's mastery in moments of madness. And when calm becomes your default response, no storm can shake you. You're untouchable. Final message from me to you. You now hold all 12 keys to mastering your emotions and building a peaceful, unshakable life, from letting go to gratitude to owning your reactions and now unlocking your ultimate power, calm. If you've made it this far, write in the comments, I choose calm. So I'll know you're not just a viewer, you're a true Stoic warrior. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and like this video so you never miss what's coming next. And check out the playlist now on screen. It's filled with tools, stories, and insights to help you grow wiser and stronger every single day. Until next time, stay grounded, stay calm, and keep embracing your inner Stoic.